Perched upon the cliffs above Cruden Bay on the Aberdeenshire coast, this place has watched the sea crash on the cliffs below for a very long time. It's eerie, it's striking. Today, I'm showing you the inspiration for Dracula's castle, New Slains Castle. Built in 1597 by the 9th Earl Errol. The castle was abandoned in 1925 and the roof was removed to prevent having to pay taxes. Winston Churchill is reported to have stayed here, and in 2006 planning was granted to make this into luxury holiday apartments. That planning was never actioned and it remains a ruin today, probably because people realised quite how much it would cost in this isolated location to renovate it. Let's take a look around. This would have been the original entrance way. I can't work out whether there would have been steps there. I'll try and find a picture and put up. But as you can see, a lot of it is dressed granite. This huge tower standing right on the cliffs. The sea is absolutely shimmering today. I'll take you around this way just so that you can get a view of the whole thing. What is incredible here is the footings, literally. You can see them just sitting on the bedrock of the cliffs. And it's got this huge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-storey tower on it. Imagine the weight in that granite just sitting there on those rocks. It'd be tons, hundreds and hundreds of tons. Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of tons of solid dressed granite just perched there. You would have to guess that at some point in the future, if somebody doesn't do something with this, it is going to end up in the sea. Eventually, whether it topples from the top or whether it goes in one go, who knows? Right, let's take a little look. That would look like an old fireplace. Now, you can see if you look up, there was a gable up there. You can see where it was cut into the stonework. These would have been fireplaces. You can't get in there at all. That was open last time I came, but it is sketchy. I don't know whether you can see in here. I presume this might have been a wine cellar. Looking at it, can you see all the alcoves cut into the wall? Guessing that's what it was. It's got sort of a barrel vault ceiling. Amazing. Anyway, let's get out of here. Luckily, I brought a torch with me. I wondered why it was so dark in there, but still got my sunglasses on like an idiot. So that's where the original hallway, I think, would have come in. I mean, I have to say, if you have got young kids and you come here, you know, there are rocks, you know, like that on the floor, which have clearly come down from up here. It's a mix of brick, as you can see, and granite. So you do have to be aware, especially if it was a wee bit windy, you do have to be aware that any number of these lumps of granite could end up on your head. Now, I'm not saying you want a hard hat, but it is quite amazing. Labour was cheap, of course, in 1597, wasn't it? This would have been the central courtyard. I don't know whether this was all open to the elements or not. Whether the central bit was roofed and this bit was an open courtyard. It could well have been. Huge, look, huge pink dressed granite. How you doing?
All right.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah. A window looking straight out on the ocean. So yeah, it's a mix. You've got granite and then you've got, so these fireplaces in that go up through what looks like old brickwork and then to dressed stone chimneys. And out here you've got this huge arch. Fireplaces look built throughout the place. That looks straight out onto the cliffs and down. Yeah, when I last came, you could get in that tower and go up it, and I think that's been blocked off, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, that was the only way in, and literally you could go up, and the staircase, the stone staircase, wound up to almost to the top of the tower, and then just stopped in thin air. And where the floor would be, all of the floors of the whole tower were all gone, and you just came to the end of a staircase and looked down, however many feet. And I'm not scared of heights, but even I was up there going, this is a bit sketchy. Anyway, on we go. Right, we came through there. Ooh, does that go anywhere? No. But this does. See how high up we can get. See what I mean? So this has been taken out. I know we are at the top, but literally the step finishes there and you're straight into a drop down. So yeah, great place to explore, but don't let your kids out of your sight. And then you see these gables. I mean, they are very thick granite, you know, they are 3 foot thick, but how much longer does something like that last against, you know, against an easterly gale off the North Sea? You know, something like a Storm Arwen that blew an easterly gale. You have to wonder, don't you? This, I think, is a newer bit, but you can see how far it goes. We're not even at the back of it yet. You see, this looks to have been rendered in concrete. Yeah, so this would have been joined through here. Another fireplace there, another turret. And then I guess this would have been a back part away from the main castle. 2 more turrets there and an arch. Possibly, I don't know, west entrance, north entrance. And a turret with no stairs. Now that's a crack. If you're buying a house, it's got a crack like that, don't. I think this through here is a fireplace. Look, there's the flue going up there. Dressed granite sides and a dressed granite lintel across it. So there's a fireplace there. That would have been something to do with it, maybe a secondary one or a posher one that was rebuilt. And another fireplace on that floor, look. Anyway, let's head back through. These huge slabs of granite that have come down from somewhere up above. There we go, little trip to New Slains Castle here on the Aberdeenshire coast, just south of Peterhead, just north of Cruden Bay. If you're wandering around this area, it's certainly worth a pop down to have a look and mooch around it. As usual, shout out to our Patreons. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.